breaking news from Channel 13 Eyewitness News.
That breaking news today, the worst kept secret is finally official. Indiana Governor Mike Pence is in fact Donald Trump's vice presidential running mate. The presumptive GOP nominee announced it on Twitter less than 1 hour ago and promises a ceremonial announcement tomorrow morning at 11 in New York City. Trump delayed the announcement originally planned for today after the terror attack in Nice, France, that killed 84 people and injured 50 others. Speaking of that attack, investigators there have announced they have identified the driver of the truck believed to be responsible for this attack. We will have much more on the situation there in France coming up. We're following two big stories here at noon today. Thanks for joining us. I'm Matt McCutcheon in for Scott Swan. We begin with the race for the White House as Donald Trump makes it official that Governor Pence is his running mate. Pence makes it official too by formally dropping out of the running for re-election as Indiana's governor. Our Rich Van Wyk has been at the Secretary of State's office all morning long waiting for that paperwork and that all-important noon deadline. Rich?
Matthew, pay attention right there behind me. There you can see the doors of the Secretary of State's office closing. 12:01 by Naval Observatory time. They said the deadline has now passed for candidates pulling their names off of the ballot. What this has done this morning when we got the announcement from the Trump campaign set into motion a bunch of dominoes going on here. An incredibly quiet morning until people started filing their paperwork. There's the paperwork from Governor Mike Pence pulling out of the race, as well as 3 other candidates for other offices who dropped their quest for those offices and are now seeking the GOP nomination to run for governor. Here's what happened a little bit earlier this morning. 11:05 this morning, a member of the Pence campaign arrived here at the Secretary of State's office. It's a simple one-page form, and on that form, Michael R. Pence, his name, his signature, officially withdrawing from the race as governor. In Indiana, you may not run for 2 offices at one time. Now that he's running for president, he can no longer run for governor. That opened the door for about 5 minutes later, his lieutenant governor, Eric Holcomb, coming into the office. He, too, pulling his name off the ballot for the office of lieutenant governor. He is now running for governor. He will seek the GOP nomination for that office and proceed with that. Holcomb has experience working the Daniels administration, chairman of the GOP party. He is a political veteran brought on to the administration, many people thought, to get them through this election. Just when you thought things were quieting down, they picked up at another office. Representative Susan Brooks, running for the 5th District in Indiana, pulled her name off that race, that ballot. She, too, seeking the nomination now for governor. And then, very late in the game, the last person, 20 minutes before the door closed, 11:40, Todd Edward Rokita, walked in. He was running in the 4th District of Indiana. He pulled his name off that slot, off the ballot. He, too, is now running for governor. What's going to happen next? Well, all the eyes now fall on the Indiana Republican Party. There are specific legal and party rules that must be followed. They have about 30 days to call a meeting together of the Republican Party leadership to select a candidate. That is not likely to happen. They don't want to waste any time because the campaign is going to be very short. The election isn't that far away. They're going to no doubt want to get moving. The earliest they can get together and select a candidate of the 3 now declaring their intentions to run for governor would be a minimum of 10 days away. In a very short period of time this morning, Matt, the race for governor's office got turned upside down. We'll be following it the rest of this day.
Developments there at the State House. Rich will join you for another update here at 12:30. Thank you. And just a few minutes ago, we heard from Mike Pence on Twitter. He tweeted, quote, "Honored to join Donald Trump and work to make America great again." And